Namaskar dear students, welcome you to our channel by Gulab Sir. As a part of series of lectures, today's topic is Human Circulatory System, which is also known as blood vascular system. You know that study of this blood vascular system is known as angiology. It has to be known, it must be known, because sometime that question may ask by using this type of word. So angiology. Who was the father of angiology, or who is the father of angiology? William Harvey, because he discovered this closed circulatory system. Angiography word you would have heard. Angiography and angioplasty. So it is related to heart. Angiography is to know about the percentage blockage in arteries, and angioplasty is to remove that blockage either by using stent or balloon. So this angio word has to be familiar with you, and therefore I did discuss with you. Human heart is myogenic. It is originated from, or it is developed from, mesoderm of the gastrula. You know that in gastrula or in our embryonic stage there are three germinal layers: ectoderm, mesoderm and endoderm. I refer this because it can ask in NEET that heart is originated from mesoderm. It is mesodermal in origin. Human heart is myogenic because heartbeat is originated in heart itself. There are two types of hearts, neurogenic and myogenic, and human heart is myogenic. Neurogenic, where that heartbeat originated in neuron, that is in invertebrate, and especially in mammal, in human being, this heartbeat originated in nodal tissue present inside the heart, that is sino-auricular node, we are going to discuss about. Human heart is 10 to 12 centimeter in length, as like a wrist, size of the wrist. It is about 250 gram in weight. In male it is 250 gram, in female it is 225 gram. Now this heart is four chamber. Externally it is covered with pericardium, and heart wall is made up of epicardium, myocardium and endocardium. This epicardium and endocardium, they are epithelial, but myocardium specially, it is made up of cardiac muscles. It has to be remembered: epicardium, myocardium and endocardium. Provided externally it is covered with this pericardial membrane or pericardium. So gap between pericardium and heart is filled with pericardial fluid. It is just like a lubricating fluid. It prevents heart from friction and injuries, also help to manage the pressure. So continuously heartbeat 72 times per minute. So you can guess that how many times per hour and per day, or per month and per year. So if it has to continuously work, then it should not be damaged, injured. It should not have friction, and therefore this pericardial fluid prevent our heart from friction. Inside the pericardium, heart consists of these four chambers, namely two auricles and two ventricles. You are familiar. Auricles are also known as atria. They are separated from each other by interatrial septum, and ventricles are separated from each other by interventricular septum. So therefore it has four chambers. Moreover, auricles from ventricle, respective ventricles, that is right auricle and right ventricle, is separated by left auricle and left ventricle, separated by fibrous tissue, thick fibrous tissue from that septum. So auriculoventricular septum, auriculoventricular septum. So you come to know three types of septum. One, interauricular septum, that separate the auricles; interventricular septum, that separate the ventricles; and auriculoventricular septum, that separate auricle from ventricle. That is clear to you, and therefore four chamber heart. Also, these auricles open into ventricle, respective ventricle. Since it is four chamber, we have separate for oxygenated and deoxygenated blood. So right auricle open into right ventricle through tricuspid valve, and left auricle open into left ventricle through bicuspid wall. This bicuspid wall is also known as mitral wall. That, remember, can be asked in NEET. These walls, tricuspid and bicuspid, they open towards ventricle, close towards auricle. When ventricle contract, they get closed, and that they produce first sound called love. When ventricle contract, blood pump into this left ventricle contract and pump blood into aorta. Left ventricle contract and pump blood into aorta. Right ventricle contract and pump blood into pulmonary artery. They are also guarded by sigmoidal walls, pulmonary artery and aorta. What is their function? No doubt, when ventricle contract, blood pump, they open in the direction. But when ventricle begin to relax, to prevent the backflow of blood, these sigmoidal walls get closed and produce second sound called dove. See the arrangement to how the unidirectional flow of blood, not the bidirectional. So separately, we have this bicuspid, tricuspid wall as well as sigmoidal wall to maintain the one-time circulation of that blood as a pure and impure. But when that blood which comes as a impure, deoxygenated blood, it pumped to the lungs through pulmonary artery where it gets oxygenated. Carbon dioxide is delivered out, oxygen is taken in. Oxygen with oxyhemoglobin as a oxygenated blood come through two pairs of pulmonary vein into left auricle. These oxygenated blood then pump into left ventricle. So here this blood comes twice, once as a impure and later as a pure. This is known as double circulation. Here is the complete double circulation, and therefore birds and mammals are highly efficient because they have oxygenated blood, supply of pure oxygenated blood to tissue to generate the more energy, to have the surplus energy, to have the more evolution, and therefore birds and mammals are highly efficient and more evolved. That is the worth of this four-chamber heart. Let's see, this left ventricle is in connection with aorta. Aorta is continued to supply blood to all cells of the body, all tissue, and therefore can generate very high pressure. Left ventricle in connection with pulmonary artery that contract and supply blood to the lungs where oxygen is received and carbon dioxide delivered out. So separately this aorta and artery, how they are arranged. See, this aorta initially overlap pulmonary artery, later this pulmonary artery get bifurcated, gets from down of the aorta on right side and overlap to the aorta towards left side. So here this heart which arranged, here you can see this heart is tilted towards the left hand side slightly. It is 5 to 6 centimeter away from the central line. It is tilted towards the left hand side. So you very often heard about heart present on left hand side. So when we sleep on that left side, we should not sleep to pinch that heart. It should be on the arm, should not be on the ribs. That is what reason why we very often listen that we should not sleep on the left side of the body. Now, when this is located towards slightly 5 to 6 centimeter, but it is present between two lungs. It is present between two lungs. In the mediastinum, the word which used for that cavity is mediastinum. This can be asked in NEET. Please remember the cavity where it is present inside the mediastinum between two lungs. Okay. So here we have notes also. Whatever I did explain to you, all is mentioned in words. You can note down these notes. By seeing this video, you will find every and each statement what I spoke out to explain you, so that you will have that collection of notes easily. So here you go through everything, that statement and sentence I made are there. So any doubt, if you feel to ask any doubt, you can ask in comment section. I appeal you to share and like our channel and subscribe it if you are new. Also press bell icon to receive your notification as and when new videos are uploaded. Thank you. Enjoy the learning.